Did you have the feeling or did you see like something dark standing at the foot of your bed or maybe even standing over you, holding you down?
What first started with me feeling that someone was there, and then eventually I was able to see a entity that I eventually see a he was tall, very, very skinny, like skin to the bones. The long fingers, arms. He was standing there. I remember one time he was like on top of me, and he never like hurt me, but I remember, I don't know if I ever told you this, I remember waking up with scratches all over my body.
In the paranormal war room, the legends arise. We're diving deep down where the truth never lies. Diving deep down where the truth never lies. Unravel the mysteries, let the stories unfold. These tales are daring and bold.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Paranormal War Room. I'm your host, Corky, and I'm joined tonight by my buddy Dustin. He's going to help me do a little hosting tonight. And we have Cassandra and Angel from Canada joining us tonight. They're going to tell us a little bit about, I think, a haunted house or, maybe some paranormal experiences they've had. But before we get started, guys, just tell us a little bit about yourself.
You want to go first?
No, you could go first.
So we're mother and daughter.
Yeah.
And we live in Manitoba, Canada. Lived here most of my life. I've traveled quite a bit.
You guys seen any hockey games lately?
Well, yeah. I mean, we kind of are born with skates on in a way.
I bet.
And by the way, congratulations for winning the gold.
I don't follow hockey, but hey, it was nice to see a good game, I guess, if it was called a good game.
It was a great game. I guess we figured winning 40 years of a gold, we're very happy to pass the torch to you guys.
Appreciate you guys letting us have it this time. We'll probably let you have it back next time.
That's okay. The nice thing, though, is that your goalie, Connor Hellebuck, he actually plays for the Winnipeg Jets here in Manitoba.
Oh, really? Okay.
So in a way, I feel he's bringing the gold home, So.
I had to have a little Canadian help regardless, didn't we?
A little Canadian help, yeah. He is a great goalie. Very well deserved. Yeah.
That's awesome. But go ahead, guys. I'm sorry I interrupt you with the stupid hockey joke. Sorry about that.
It's hard when someone says, introduce yourself. I'm like, we're just two normal people.
Yeah.
Like,
it's nothing
special about us.
Extraordinary for us.
No.
Yeah.
Married,
I have a child.
She has a kid.
Yeah.
I work full time with people who live on low income and living with disabilities. I've been doing that for 14 years. Yeah, I don't know. We're just happy to be here.
Well, I'll tell you, it's super nice to meet you guys, man. Especially, I didn't realize you guys were from Canada when we, were emailing back and forth. So anytime I can speak to people that's, off our little section of the earth here, I think that's pretty awesome. So appreciate you guys coming on here and talking to us. So
yeah, of course. Yeah.
I guess we'll get started from what from the emails you guys sent me. I'm thinking it's got something to do with a haunted house, but then you guys said you might have different stories. So I'll just let you guys take over and you can just tell me whichever one you want to start with. We'll just leave it up to you guys.
Ma, you can start.
So she wanted me to start.
All right.
Because I guess it was like when I was a teenager when it all started. So in the house that I grew up in, and it was a very nice neighborhood, like not too fancy, but it was an older neighborhood. And you have to remember in Canada, when we grew up in the time that I grew up in, nobody locked their doors.
Right.
So it wasn't common, for you to walk in the door and someone was there waiting for you all the time. So I was working. I had a boyfriend at the time, and my room was down in the basement. So I kind of have to do a little scenario by saying this. So as soon as you walked in the back door, the stairs were there. A piano was right there. The living area. My bedroom was in the back. And there was like my dad's old workshop and a laundry room and furnace room. just so you have this visual. So my mom and my sister were at my aunt and uncle's having supper. I was working, came home, I started playing the piano, something that I love to do. I must have been playing it for a good 45 minutes to an hour, and I was about 15, 16 years old at this time. So this was the first encounter that happened at the house. So I'm playing the piano, and all of a sudden I get this very strong sense that someone is watching me from behind. You know when someone's watching you. You
Right.
always have that feeling. I turn around, no one's there. Okay? I go back to playing the piano. And I even remember the song. It was Beyond Thunderdome by Tina Turner.
Okay. You was
I don't know
getting
why I
live
remember
up there
that song
tonight,
too.
that night, wasn't you?
Yeah. So I'm playing it again, and again I get the feeling. I turn around, and then I think, I bet you it's my boyfriend. I bet you he's been here the whole time, and he's been hiding out. So I go in the bedroom, and I look. I search the whole basement. Nobody's there. Behind the furnace, under the bed, the closet, everywhere. Nothing. Okay. I go back to playing. I get the feeling again. And this time I'm just trying to ignore it. I'm just thinking it's in my head. There's nothing there. And the next thing you know, I'm pushed into the piano.
Oh,
And I
wow.
have a cold wind go right through me. All I remember is yelling, "Get the F out of my house." And I called my friend Sean, who lived 2 blocks away, because his whole family went through a very evil spirit in their home too. I called him. He was there like in 2 minutes. We get there and I tell him what happened. He's sitting with me. He's waiting. My mom and sister come home. I said, "Okay, you can go." I don't say anything to my mom and sister because, one, I didn't want to scare my sister because she was younger than me, and I didn't think my mom would believe me. So I just let it be. But I did tell friends along the way, because after that, things just kept happening. I got to the point, though, where I was like, I'm just going to have to live with whatever is in my home. So he would always, or it, I should say, would always turn on my music boxes constantly.
Wow.
Always pictures falling off the floor, the lights always going on and off. I was sleeping one night and my feet were going up and down on the bed as if someone was sitting up and down on it. And I'd be
Wow.
like, "Stop, like I'm trying to sleep. Just leave me be." There was one, usually things happen downstairs. Footsteps we would always hear, but things mostly happened down in the basement. But one time I was upstairs, I was talking to my friend on the phone, and I hear this ching 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 in the kitchen. I said, "Hang on a minute." I listen, nothing. I go back, I hear it again. Now I know the sound. It's like money being thrown. And I go in the kitchen and there's change all over the floor. The windows are open, nothing. Change everywhere's on the floor. I don't know where the change came from. No one was home. It was good when things started happening, though, when my friends were over, because that was more of a confirmation that I'm not going crazy. I know this is always happening. So one time, my friend Brett was over and we were watching TV. So I'm sitting here, he's here, and I had a typewriter beside him. And we're just watching a movie, and all of a sudden you hear this click, 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 click.
No
click,
way.
Click. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And
that's awesome.
And then the thing started going round and round and round. I wish to this day I had paper in there. I wish I had paper in there to this day. And he's looking at me and he's like, "Are you going to do anything?" And I'm like, I'm so used to it by now. Like, I was so used to this. I just get up and I said, "Stop it. Enough. We're trying to watch a movie." And I go back and I sit down and I keep watching the movie. And he's like, I can't. Like, this is nuts. I can't. He goes, "I believe you. I believe you." At another guy, I was an adult now at the time. He slept over. I was a bad girl, whatever.
Hey.
And I went to work and I said, "Stay here. I'll be home at lunch." I said, "I'll be home for lunch." So when I came home, he wasn't there. And there was a picture on the floor and a mobile. The picture I was used to falling, but never the mobile. So I called him. I'm like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And he's like, "I am never going to your house again unless you're home."
Man.
Never.
Wow. Did he
He
tell
said
you what he
someone did
seen?
not want me in that house.
Really?
So I did eventually move. I welcomed it to come with me, whatever it was. It didn't come, but I always had experiences with something.
So was that a house that you owned?
Yeah, it was my mom. It was my
It was
mom's
your mom's
house.
house. So,
Yeah.
so did anything happen before the piano, or did it just start then?
It just started then. So I was, like I said, I was about 15, 16. I did a lot of research then.
That's what I was going to
right?
ask, if
Because
you'd ever
Yeah.
researched the house or anything like that.
I didn't research the house. I just researched more of entities or poltergeists or spirits and ghosts. And from what it was doing, to me, it was more like a poltergeist because it was a brat. It just did bratty things. It wasn't evil.
Hmm.
It never did anything bad. It just constantly did little things to say, hey, I'm here and I'm going to bug you at night and I'm going to bug you now when your friends are over and I'm going to bug you when you're trying to do whatever. I'm just going to keep bugging you.
So
Wow.
it just appeared. So yins don't do any antiquing, did you?
Pardon me?
Yins didn't antique or buy dressers or something that
No,
and
I
brought
was
anything
15,
in the house?
16.
Oh.
I didn't have anything like, and not saying we didn't have antiques in the home.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that piano was an antique. Like that was my great grandmother's piano, but that piano was already in the home for 5 years.
Right, right.
You know, like there was nothing that was brought in because I mean, now as I get older, I learn more about this, right? That
Yeah.
things
Yeah.
can be brought in through another item.
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible my mom could have brought something in.
Yeah, that's what
But-
I was going to ask. Was there anybody else in the family that may have been having some kind of issues or anything like that? Did you notice anything like that? Because it's awful. I wonder why it just happened all of a sudden. That's what's weird about this situation, you know?
Yeah. It never bothered my sister or my mother.
Wow, just
To
you,
this
huh?
day, like even when I moved out and my sister then moved downstairs, I said, like, did anything ever happen? She goes, no, I have no idea what you're talking about. Never, nothing ever happened with her. It was just me.
Wow.
And then eventually my friends, which was good. But
Does she still
you know,
own the house? Oh, sorry, Corey.
No, you're all right. He asked you, do you guys still own this house or is it still in the
No.
family?
no, my mom sold it. She's back in the late 90s, I'd say. She sold it.
Right.
The house is still there. I still drive by it once in a while. They haven't changed the thing. I'd love to go back in there and take a look. Maybe one day it'll happen.
Right.
But
Has there
yeah.
been anything happen to you since you left that house? Meaning, I'm wondering
well,
if it followed
now that's her story.
you. Okay, all right.
And then we'll get into that
Yeah,
one.
we're going
I
to get
don't
to the
know what
bottom of
else-
this tonight.
Well, so my husband and I, we rented for about 8 years. We lived out on kind of a farm property, a very
Right.
large home. Okay,
Yeah.
it was
Right.
like 2,700 square feet, a lot of farm buildings.
Yeah, there was the family that lived before us. We were over there a couple of times.
Yeah.
I forgot their names though. But before we moved in, there was the daughter. What was her name? Like,
It depends which one. Was it Chelsea?
it was the one that was in my room. I think it was Chelsea.
Might have been Chelsea
She told me
or Lori.
Chelsea.
Okay.
She told me that something was in that home, and that one night it literally choked her in her sleep, and she
Wow.
woke up with red marks. Now I don't know if just because she was scaring me when I was 12, 11 when she told me that story, but eventually we moved in and I realized that it was real later on. The first encounter I had with it, so you would walk into the mud room. We didn't always go on the front door. It was always
Yeah.
the mud room. You take a right to get into the whole house, and there's the basement stairs. And there was no door. It was just basement stairs. And all of a sudden, I start hearing humming coming from the basement. And it was like the song from the Hunger Games, The Mockingbird. Don't know why it was exactly that one.
Probably because
The
we
little
watched
whistle.
The movie.
Yeah.
We watched the movie a lot. That's true.
The little whistle.
No,
like
it was
a
humming.
humming.
Mhm.
Oh,
And
okay.
it just continued for a long time. I constantly heard it, but eventually got to the point where when I walked past those stairs, I was hearing screaming. Like it constantly rung my ears, and I couldn't walk past that stairs for a while. Like it was so loud. Eventually it stopped, and it was my first time going to the basement, and it was with you.
Mm-hmm.
You went to go do laundry.
Yeah,
so
she didn't like going in the basement. I didn't even like going in the basement. I always had an eerie feeling down there.
There's
Yeah.
Right.
always something down there.
Yeah.
So once you get into the basement, it's like all open, but there's 3 rooms on the left. It was the storage room with like the laundry, the bathroom, and then a guest room.
That's a big old basement.
It's
It was
massive.
big. It was
Yeah.
big.
Yes.
Now let me ask you guys a question real quick. Is this the house we're in now?
No.
No.
Oh, you guys
We
have moved
moved
since
twice since then.
Okay.
We're in a nice safe home. Nice safe home right now. Okay.
If so, I would have give you a tour of
Yeah.
everything. This is where I saw this.
That's what I'm gonna ask you.
Yeah.
Hey, point the camera down in that basement. Let's see it. But
Yeah, yeah.
You
That's what I'm
first,
telling him to
Corky.
put cameras up. Yeah.
But yeah, and then we went downstairs. Mom was doing laundry, and I was doing the cat litter box.
Mhm.
And all of a sudden, I go out of the room, and I look, and I see a little girl standing there, just
wow.
pure, like so vivid. And I remember talking to my mom, and I brought her out, and I'm like, "Do you see her?" And she's like,
Mm-mm.
"Nope, I
Nope.
don't see her." And I'm like, "Okay." So I remember we had a couch down there, and I remember sitting down, and I was able to talk with her. She,
Really?
I'll bring you back
Yeah,
memories for
yeah.
it. Sat down, and she told me her name's Elizabeth. There's other people in the home, and she couldn't leave the basement. That was the main
Wow.
thing. She wasn't allowed to leave the basement, and she never did. Eventually go upstairs, and ever since then we started hearing and seeing things. What else happened after that? I guess
What was the next encounter that you saw?
the next encounter would have been the grandmother. I called her grandmother. She was an older woman. I was upstairs in my bedroom, and I was cleaning, and all of a sudden I see in the corner of my room she's tall woman, and she was holding a knife.
Oh
But it
no.
wasn't just any knife, it was like real. It looked real to me, and I screamed to my mom.
Yeah. So I was on the main
She was
floor.
in the living room, and I screamed to my mom, and she went to the bottom of the stairs, and I can't remember what exactly happened, but I remember telling my mom, I see her, she's here.
And she was holding a
She
knife.
was holding a knife.
So Mama Bear comes out now.
Wow.
And I'm like, leave my daughter alone. You're scaring her. Like I was yelling.
Yeah.
And she's like, Mom, don't yell at her. She's getting
mad.
angry
Yeah, she's
because
getting
you're
mad.
yelling at her.
Oh man. No, that's
So I
serious
had
right there.
Yeah.
Well, it was scary.
It was very scary.
So I had to
Yeah.
calm down, and then I could not see her. I just knew she was there by where she was pointing.
Yeah.
And I just had to say, please stop scaring my daughter. Please leave her be.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need to scare her to let her know that you're here.
Yeah.
Now, did
and
you
she,
do any research on this house?
not really.
No.
We had a gravestone in our yard.
That was going to be one of my questions that you
okay.
told me about
Yeah.
that.
So we had a gravestone in our yard, but it had 7 people on it.
Yeah.
Wow.
But there was 2. I remember one of the two people that were on there. I don't remember their names. One of them died 6 days after they were born, and the other one died the same
day. It was
the
a
same
stillborn.
day.
Stillborn.
And
Wow.
they were on there, but we never knew if they were buried in our yard or if they were buried out.
We just know there was a gravestone there because
Oh,
back in the area that we lived in, it's either you're very French or you're very Mennonite.
Yeah.
Like that's just the way it was.
right.
This was a very Mennonite family,
Hmm.
but the house was only built in 1965.
Yeah.
That particular house. Not saying there wasn't a homestead before that.
That's what I was going to
right?
say.
I
Yeah.
mean, there's farmland everywhere around here,
It was
so
big, yeah.
it could be very common. But the other encounter was the man in the house.
Yeah. There was
Golly.
also
So there was also a man in the house.
yeah.
But he was
So-
harmless.
Let me ask you guys something. So,
Yeah.
so far we've seen a little girl, and she's told you that she's trapped in the basement,
Yeah.
and then we've seen a woman holding a knife.
Yeah.
How did you guys sleep at night? How
I
did you
didn't.
She
how did you work
didn't.
through this? You know,
I eventually got used to it because eventually it wasn't like she told me to get out of the house, the grandmother. She did. She
Yeah.
didn't want me there.
Out. It's like the
See?
movie.
But
I
she
think-
eventually
I
just
think you need to wear a body camera
I
24/7.
know. I didn't know why. I think I was just too scared to even take my camera out. I think I tried, but they never did anything.
She had sleep paralysis a lot
yeah.
as a kid in that
Really?
home.
It started with the sleep paralysis, and then because that eventually became demonic.
well, let me
That
ask you a
little girl
question.
did.
When
Yeah.
you were having the sleep paralysis, did you have the feeling, or did you see like something dark standing at the foot of your bed, or maybe even standing over you, holding you down?
What first started with me feeling that someone was there, and then
Mhm.
eventually I was able to see a entity that. Sorry, I hear my son.
Oh, it's all good. Let him talk.
I eventually see he was tall, very, very skinny, like skin to the bones,
Mhm.
long fingers, arms. He was standing there. He eventually, I remember one time he was like on top of me, and he never like hurt me. But I
Mhm.
remember, I don't know if I ever told you this. I remember waking up with scratches
Yeah. Yeah.
all over
Yeah.
my body.
Have you guys ever heard of Slender Man?
Yeah, the creepypasta Slender Man. So
Yeah,
he
it's what it
didn't
sounds
look.
like to me.
He didn't look like that. He wasn't white. He wasn't bald.
Mhm.
He wasn't faceless. He had green eyes. They were green glowing, and
Oh,
a grin. I remember seeing his face, and I can't even I can't even say what I pictured because it's just so like you can't really like you could draw it out, but it would
right.
be hard to explain what it looks like.
What type of clothes did he have on?
He
Did
didn't
you
have
see
any
that?
clothes.
It's just a shadow.
Just a shadow. It was like skin to the bones, shadow. Like it looked real, but you could see through him at the same time.
Yeah,
Uh,
I've interviewed a lot of people that tell me about the sleep paralysis, and
yeah.
you know, the strange thing is nearly everybody that experiences that have the same type of situation happen, just like you're describing now.
Mhm.
And that's freaky to me. It really is, because you have multiple people. You're probably the fourth person I've interviewed that's told me about sleep paralysis and those experience they had, and everybody has this same somebody standing at the foot of their bed, and most of the time will work their way up and hold them down. But you know,
Yeah.
that's there's something to that, man. But I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's all good. It's
What bothered me is like because she could not even scream to
Yeah,
call
yeah.
me to come help her. She could do nothing.
yeah.
So the next morning, you know, she was like tired because it was happening. I'm like, why didn't you scream? She goes, I couldn't, Mom. Like I couldn't get anything out of
I
my
didn't want to
mouth.
go to sleep because I
Were
held
you
that.
were you trying? Were you trying to speak, but just like your mouth wouldn't open and stuff like that?
It's like you're paralyzed.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can't. The only thing you can move is your eyes.
Right.
You can look, but you can't. You literally can't move because you're sleeping, but
You're awake.
You're awake. Your mind
Yeah.
is awake, but nothing else is. Um, yeah, I get it once in a while still now, but it's not as bad as it used to be.
Mhm.
I don't see anything anymore. It's
But you
just
hear things
I
still.
hear things. I still hear and
Yeah.
I still
Yeah.
see and hear things a lot.
Do you
But that
sleepwalk
house-
any?
No, not sleepwalking.
No.
Luckily,
No.
I don't want to get
When
into
we
that.
were at the house, like I wanted to move.
Mhm.
She wanted to move. The husband didn't want to move. He loved that house.
He didn't
Right.
witness anything.
He didn't witness anything, like ever. Right? But
Hmm.
I always knew something was in that house. Always.
And I had friends that came over and they witnessed something. Like my friend Avery, she witnessed something when she slept over. Your friend Cheryl Walter, Cheryl witnessed something
Yeah.
when they were over.
Yeah.
Like anyone that really came to that house at least witnessed one thing.
Something.
Well, what type of things would your friends witness while they were there?
Well, me and my friend Avery, we slept in the sunroom one time, and it can get the temperatures literally was really hot, and all of a sudden it just went freezing cold out of nowheres. And we heard somebody walking downstairs in like the kitchen area, and I thought it was my dad getting a peanut butter sandwich like usual. But but when we walked out, no one was there. And Avery heard somebody run down the stairs. And she freaked out. She was like, I believe you. Like,
She didn't have a lot of friends sleep over.
No.
I can see why.
She really didn't.
I had only
Yeah.
really Avery sleepover, and that was about
Yeah,
it.
there was a couple only. It was
No one wanted to come over.
yeah, it
to
was
my
pretty
house.
spooky. Like, and I would see like shadows and always of a man.
Yeah, like when we were doing the dishes. So there's the sink, and then you can see the window, and you can see out into the backyard. And we were doing dishes, and then Mom saw somebody like walk past us.
I thought it was Dad, right?
And she was like, "Did you just see Dad?" And I was like, "No." And she was like, "No, Dad, he just like walked by."
He just walked by us.
And I was like, "No." And we look outside, and Dad's on the tractor out of his shed.
So do you consider yourself to be more sensitive to that than some other people?
Very,
Yeah.
very. I feel I'm not as much as I was when I was younger. I feel like as I'm getting older, I don't feel it. I still have that sixth sense, right? Like it's there, but it's not prominent. But she now has it, but more than what I did when I was a kid.
I'm able to, I don't call myself a medium. I don't. I'm not practicing anything like that, but I definitely see and hear things all day. There's this one time my friend was driving, my friend Josh, and we were going down this dirt road, and I see someone riding a bike in the middle of the road, and I'm like, aren't you gonna stop? There's someone literally riding their bike there, and we just went right through them. And I look back, and someone's just still riding their bike. It has gotten to the point where I look out and I just see people that aren't real. It's so vivid, and I don't know, I've always wanted to get into it and like understand, but I've never done it. So
I did end up getting an elder in that farmhouse to get rid of those spirits.
yeah,
Really? What did he do?
Yeah. So
it was an interesting experience.
Can you explain
Yeah,
to
he
us
was
what
great.
an elder is? I don't
so an elder would be from an indigenous so like Native American, okay?
Okay.
So here we call them indigenous.
Okay.
I had to reach out to a couple people who I knew to say, like, I need to find someone who can get rid of spirits, and they recommended this man.
Yeah.
And so he came, and it was quite a ceremony. He put out a whole bunch of symbols and things that meant something to him for the east, the west, the north, the south, right? Each thing had a meaning.
Yeah.
he asked if I had like something like a black piece of paper or something. I had a black napkin, and he pinned that up to the window, the big window that was facing west.
Yeah.
It was facing west. Okay. So he did a whole ceremony explaining what everything meant and what it all did. And then we just all sat there, and it was in the dark. Like, I remember we had to do it in the dark.
Yeah.
And he said, I'm just going to keep telling them the spirits don't need to be here. They need to go. The black napkin was a place directing them
Like
of
a
where to
portal.
go, like a portal.
Oh,
So
okay.
I remember, like he was saying, you don't need to be here. You need to go. It must have been going on for about 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And I kept thinking, like, nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to happen. Where I was sitting was the hallway behind me, and she was across from me.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I could feel that presence coming,
Mm-hmm.
getting closer. And he said, when you're feeling something, tell me, because I need to know that if it's working. So I said, something's coming. It's
Wow.
getting closer. It's coming up behind me from the hallway. It came up from the basement.
Yeah.
It's coming. And it kept getting closer, and I would keep telling him this. It's getting closer. I said, it's literally beside me right now. And nothing that I saw, I kept my eyes closed the whole time. It was nothing but a feeling.
Yeah.
I said, it's now in the middle of the living room. And then she saw Elizabeth, the little girl.
Yeah.
Really?
because
Where did you see her
she
at now?
kept her eyes open.
I was looking because when Mom was saying something's coming up those stairs, something's coming, I kept my eyes open because I wanted to know who was there.
Yeah.
And it was the little girl. She was coming up. She was like literally in the hallway, and she came out into the living room.
So that was the first time that little girl ever came upstairs.
Upstairs.
She left the basement. Wow, that's interesting.
So did it work? They all
It
left?
did. It
Okay.
literally,
Yeah.
he just kept saying, you need to go. You could just, sorry, I'm getting goosebumps right now.
Yeah.
It's not a
You-
sensitive topic, but it's
It's just,
definitely
just remembering what we felt
Yeah.
that day. You could
Right.
literally just feel them going through that portal.
yeah.
And all of a sudden they were just gone. And I felt just this huge weight
It
off
felt
my shoulders.
so
Her and
nice.
I both. Just peace. Pure
Wow.
peace.
That's amazing.
It was very interesting. And he took that napkin and he folded it up, and he had to drive very far and bury it.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
he saged the whole home. He saged all outside the home.
The
Oh,
fire department came
the
by.
fire department came. He saged so much in the home.
Oh. That-
They're like, are you guys okay? We're like,
Well, he
yeah,
did-
we're just
he
saging
didn't
the
skip
hose.
on that job.
Yeah, he's gonna make sure you guys got cleaned out.
Yeah.
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 We
Yeah,
had
wait.
to open up all of our cupboard doors,
Containers,
We
everything.
had to open up everything because it could hide in places.
Did you open the
we-
windows?
Yeah, we had
Yep.
to open the windows.
Yep.
We had to open everything.
Everything was open.
At least he
I've
didn't
always
rush
heard
through
that-
it.
Yeah, I've always heard that saging doesn't work unless you open the windows so everything can
Yeah.
go out of the home.
Yeah.
But
Oh gosh, Corky, I ain't never heard of that.
Yeah,
then
yeah.
remember, because we forgot to open up the Christmas bins.
Oh, yeah, because probably about 3-4 months later,
There was someone.
something else came into the home.
You know what? At this point, I think you two are kind of like beacons, you know?
Yeah.
And I think maybe if you would put, I don't know how to put this, but study on it a lot if you wanted to. But I think you guys
Really?
probably would have the ability to, probably, if you want to call it a medium, whatever you want to call it. But, you know, if you guys would study on it and then practice, you could probably do something with it, because it seems to me like you guys are a beacon, and a lot of the mediums I talk to seem to describe themselves as a beacon. You know, it's like, you know,
Mhm.
spirits
Yeah.
are drawn to them like that and stuff like that.
That's what I was about to say,
I've never
Corky.
thought of myself as that. I guess I've never wanted that that attention, and here I am
Yeah.
talking to you guys. I got her into that.
Well,
it's her fault. It's her fault.
That's how it kind of normally goes. If you are sensitive or a beacon, no matter how much you try to get away from it, it seems to draw
Yeah, I
you back
know.
in somehow. So if you do want to talk about it, Corky's got all kinds of connections.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Keep that in mind.
Yeah, I will.
She
I
might be
will.
more interested in it than me.
I'll
but
definitely reach out. if
but I
needed.
would be the support for her more than anything because she's more overly sensitive than I am, I will
I
say.
experienced it more
Yeah.
in a way.
I got to the point where I'm like, whatever, you're living with me. Okay, I'll just live with you. Like I
Yes.
kind of grew up just that strong, really independent. My father passed away when I was quite young, so I had to grow up fast.
Right.
I just had to. My mom worked full time, and that's just the way that it was. But with her, she's more in tune and very sensitive
Yeah.
to this more than I probably would be like, piss off. Like I'm not in the mood for this today.
I think I got more interested in it also because I used to hate horror movies, for example. I hated them. And when this all started happening and I started doing research in that, I love horror movies to pieces. I'm so into, like I try and do my research as best as I can. And then like anytime I want to watch a horror movie and I tell mom, she's like, nope. Nope,
I did that as a teen. I don't want it anymore.
Yeah,
You're talking Corky's language now.
Yeah, that's funny you guys say that. I host another podcast called Remember That, where all we do is review horror movies. Shout out to my Remember That guys out there.
I'm a big horror person. I love horror
Hey, I'll send you the
movies.
links to that show, and you can check us
Thank
out,
you.
man. We have a good time. We
I
have a
grew
good
up
time
with
on that.
like the 80s and 70s horror.
Oh, we're
the
doing
ones that
Suspiria
people
that's what
laugh
they
at
do.
now.
I've been on that one with him a few times too. But
have you guys ever watched Suspiria? We're doing that one tomorrow night.
The which one?
It's called Suspiria. It's a 1977 Italian
No, I
horror film.
haven't.
I have not seen that
If
one.
you have not seen Suspiria, it is free on Tubi. I highly recommend it. It's very artistic, very colorful, and it's a good watch.
Okay,
That'll be
But-
next on my list.
Yeah,
then.
It's
Okay.
about witches. You can't go wrong with witches. Now, it's a type of movie you'll either like or you won't like. So, but it's very artistic and it's very symbolic. So, yeah, check it out,
Awesome.
man. It's a classic. It's a classic.
Okay, I'll check
Awesome.
that one out.
Yeah.
I remember The Changeling
Oh, I
with
don't think
George
I've
C.
seen that.
Scott. That one scared the crap out of me when I was a kid.
Oh, sweet, sweet.
Yep.
Well, you guys were going to tell me something about a man you've seen in your home too, and I cut you off. We got on some other kind of subject because that's just how it rolls on this show. We get to talking about anything, but have
Well,
you
my
done
first
told that story?
Well, my first encounter with him, I was in the sunroom. We used to have like a little computer
Mhm.
there, and all of a sudden, I literally felt him come up right behind me, and he was also telling me to leave the house. No one
Wow.
wanted us in that home, and he literally,
Yeah.
Except for Elizabeth.
except for Elizabeth, she was fine.
But she was a little demonic. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
she was.
but
Yeah.
he literally went up behind me, and all I hear is this man's voice just coming right up. And I remember running into the living room where my mom usually was, and I sat there because that's where I did my homework. I always was there.
But you always felt protected by this man.
I did.
That's the thing.
I always
Wow.
felt protected by him.
Yeah.
You know what
And-
that makes me think? He's your spirit guide.
Yeah,
See, I think that
read my mind.
to this day, I still see a man with me. And I mostly only see him at night. But anytime I see him before I go to sleep, I get no sleep paralysis. I get no nightmares. I don't get anything. But when he's not around, I get it.
Now, I'll say this. I am no medium and I'm no type of, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm no kind of, paranormal guy. What I do is I talk to a lot of people about this type of subject. And I'm guaranteeing you that if you believe in a spirit guide, it kind of sounds like that's your spirit guide. And from what I've been told, You just need to talk to him just like you talk to a normal human being
Yeah, I know.
if you want to learn more about it. So,
Yeah.
I'll leave that up to you.
He's not very talkative. I definitely have tried to talk to him.
Mhm.
I don't see his face. It's more of
Mhm.
just a shadow figure of a man. I've tried to talk to him. He's very quiet, and he only comes around when he knows I'm anxious, stressed, or before I go to sleep.
And calms you down.
He calms me down.
Yeah.
And I don't know,
Yeah.
I don't, like, I've
Goosebumps.
never, like, I don't really have any man figures other than my dad really in my life. But no,
Well, but you have past that
I
you've
have
never
past,
met.
like your dad, for example. And I don't know
Right.
what
Yeah.
that feeling or presence is, but for all I know,
Yeah.
he could be there. I know when my son was born, we felt family.
Oh boy, did I ever feel
It
family when he was born.
and we had a little
Insane.
bouncer thing that he was in, and it would only go off because if the batteries were in or if you would do it yourself. And all of a sudden, sometimes I would just see him doing it like someone's doing it for him.
Wow.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
I
my
got
it
I got
was
goosebumps a little bit.
it-
When he was born, the most power that I felt was women surrounding him
grandma
all the
was
time.
there.
It was
Wow.
like my mom, my grandmother, an aunt, two aunts. I literally felt them all the time surrounding him with nothing but love,
Yeah.
like supporting, and just, it was having that feeling though of having my past women, strong women that I grew up with that were there looking after him just meant so much.
And like, because
So
I
much.
was very close with my great grandmother, Cookie Granny.
Yeah.
And she was there, and I was like, I had this
Yeah.
bear that she gave me, this little panda bear, and I brought it out to show her that I know it's her, and I would keep it with Atlas for a bit because I knew she was there.
Yep.
And like my other grandma, your mom was there, but I always felt another man's present, and I think that was
I
your
think
dad.
it was probably my
Yeah.
dad, would be my
Wow.
guess.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
fascinating, guys. I think everybody here is pretty much into agreement that you guys are sensitive, and I think your family is watching out over you guys. I think
Oh,
they're
yeah.
I think they're around you guys all the time.
Yeah,
Uh,
they are. They are. My dad, not as much with me now, because I was able to let him go.
Yeah.
mhm.
It took a long time, but I was able to let him go. Did you guys ever read the book or see the movie? I think it's called Little Bones. Little Bones?
No, I
Is it
haven't
Little
seen
Bones?
that one.
No, and maybe I got the
don't
wrong
think
Because
so.
I
name.
watched that one. I forgot what it's
So
called.
part of the book that I loved about it, it was kind of showing you different levels of heaven, if that's just what someone wants to believe in, right?
Right.
And a little girl was in the book, she was murdered.
Yeah.
So her dad and her family could not let her go, and her dad always wanted to find who the murderer was, knew who the murderer was, but could never prove it. So she was at this level in heaven that was always looking down
Right.
and could not leave because the dad could not let her go.
Oh, okay.
Therefore, she couldn't go, right? But she always could see
The other
family in the background waiting for her whenever she was ready to go, right? So it was a very strong book for me at this time. And I remember just walking one night after work, just, letting my head space. And I literally just stopped and said, Dad, I'm letting you go.
Mhm.
I'm okay. I'm letting you go. And I literally could just feel him lift. And I just felt so much like
Yeah.
peace and relief after that because I just hung on to him for so long.
Yeah.
So I let my dad go. I knew he was still around, maybe more for my sister. But when she was born, I could kind of feel him come back because he
Wow.
loved the girls. He never wanted a boy. That's what he told my mom. I want 4 girls. And she's like, you're lucky to get 2. But when she was born, he was around. But when my grandson was born, he came back.
Yeah.
He came back. And I keep wondering if this is where he is right now for their level.
Yeah.
Not for my level, but their level.
I'm sure he is. Um, well, guys, this has been a fascinating conversation. I appreciate you guys talking to me about it, man. I would give you guys a little bit of advice. I interview a lot of people that's talked about this subject, and if you want to, it's up to you guys. You know, but there was one show I done with Lori Hines, and another show I done with Alicia Butler. I would go back and listen to those 2 episodes, and they talk a lot about being sensitive and stuff like that. And you could probably get a little bit of information from those shows. And if you want to get a little more information, I can definitely get you in contact with them and some other people that you might want to talk to if it's something you guys want to do, because it's all up to you guys. I just want to put that out there, and I can set you up with people if you want to talk about it with somebody that knows more what they're talking about than me, because I don't know
I
what I'm
really
talking about.
appreciate that,
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
Thanks, Corky.
Yeah.
That does mean a lot. I mean, it's always nice to know that you're not alone.
No,
Yeah.
no, yeah.
Like there's so many people out there that have this gift.
Mhm.
Some people call it a curse. I feel it's more of a
A
gift
gift, yeah.
than
Yeah.
anything.
Depends on how you use it too.
Well,
Yeah,
that's true,
exactly.
right?
Yeah.
That is true. I remember having a Ouija board as a kid.
Oh,
And,
Here we
you
go.
know,
Oh, here we
Here
go.
we go.
Yeah.
and, playing with it, and, we'd go to a friend's house, and again, a lot of my friends always had something going on in their home. Something
Nah.
about
Which
this
is so
neighborhood.
cheap.
I don't know. But anyways,
We cracked the code.
um,
Now we know why she got pushed at the piano.
It
Yeah.
always starts
Yeah,
with a
it
Ouija
started with the
board.
Ouija
started with a
board.
Ouija board. And
Yeah.
when I bought my first house, I found a Ouija board up in one of the basement rafters.
Oh, no,
And-
no, no,
I,
and-
no,
and
no.
I
right
did not
then-
open it. I
And
did
right
not. I
then,
didn't
you
even
should have
open it.
called the realtor and said, "I want my money back."
Yeah, no, I got rid of that one. I said, I don't even want to open this one, because by then I was already involved in listening and learning quite a bit about,
Yeah.
I said, no, that was there for a reason. But anyway,
Yeah, it
yeah,
was.
it was there.
Oh
But
man, that's
so I know what you mean though. Like, when I hear someone going to use it alone, I'm like, you never do it alone.
No.
yeah.
You never use that alone.
I've never used one, and I never plan
Yeah.
on using it.
Yeah, I've spoke with the people from I forget what group they're from, but they actually they call them spirit boards, but they swear up and down by them. They say they're not bad, they're great, but the negative stories around witch boards or Ouija boards far outnumber the good stories. So, I guess if you know what you're doing and you're in tune and you know how to work that stuff, they may be fine. But for this guy, I'm going to steer clear of them myself.
Yeah.
I've watched too many horror movies with that.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
good.
my problem.
Yeah.
I
I
watch
couldn't
too
do
many
it now
horror movies.
anyways. I got like a shaking thing now with the hand. So, I'd be, all over the place.
You can't take your fingers off it.
They'd be like, this
No,
thing's going crazy
Don't
on us.
make that.
Oh man, well it was awesome talking to you guys, man. And like I said, if you guys want anybody else to reach out to, just let me know, man. I'll definitely put you in contact with some people.
Thanks,
Before we cut
appreciate
on
it
out of
so
here, do you
much.
guys got anything else you want to add or anything like that?
I don't
Not really.
No,
I think that's
think
about
so.
it.
We're good. Just happy to
Alright.
be here on the show today. And
Yeah.
thanks
Well,
to
this
both
was
of
a
you.
this was a great conversation, and if you guys ever run into any more stories, man, holler back at me, and we'll get you back on
Yeah,
here, and we'll do it
alright.
again.
Thanks.
All right.
That sounds
Hey,
great.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you
Nice to meet
guys.
both.
And,
Guys.
hey, hang
Enjoy-
around.
Enjoy your warmer weather.
Oh, hey, look, I'm going to wear shorts to work tomorrow. You believe that?
We'll get
We-
there in a
we-
couple months.
We go from 70 degrees to snow.
Dang. Yeah. We just had a bunch of snow. Okay.
Yeah, of course.
All right, guys, that's it for today. See ya. Bye.
The unknown awakens, hear the echoes grow loud. We're diving deep, join the curious crowd. In the paranormal war room, we take flight, bringing the spooky vibes, shadows and light. With every beat, the legends we explore, unleashing the spirits. We're ready for more. to the mystery, leave the norm behind. In the war room we fight with the strange insight, unveiling truths in the paranormal war room. We take flight, bringing the spooky vibes, shadows and light. With every beat the legends we explore, unleashing the spirits. We're ready for more. So hit that subscribe, don't be left in the dark. Join us in the war, let's make our mark.